Today, it's time to get schooled. And speaking of today, did you know that on this day, November 19th, 1862, Abraham Lincoln delivered his greatest speech, the Gettysburg Address? The zip code for the Gettysburg Address continues to be in the hearts and minds of anyone who has read these powerful words. And so memorable at just 271 words. Lincoln had worried that his 2-minute speech was a failure. There was no shortage of criticism the day after the speech. Lincoln must have had Shakespeare in mind. The bard had written, "Brevity is the soul of wit." In no small way, this speech inaugurated a new birth of freedom. Charles Sumner put it best in the days following Lincoln's assassination. That speech, uttered at the field of Gettysburg, he said, and now sanctified by the martyrdom of its author, is a monumental act. In the modesty of his nature, he said, "The world will little note nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here." He was mistaken. The world at once noted what he said and will never cease to remember it. What seems to be the powerful lesson of this little tale is that Disraeli was right. With words we govern. And in politics, words are used to persuade, hopefully in order to do the right thing, rightly. Tim David, a communications consultant, has argued that Lincoln's Gettysburg Address has incorporated 4 distinct strategies designed to persuade and influence in just the first line alone. Lincoln tells a story he may not have used once upon a time, but close with 77 years ago. People are persuasive when they begin from a place of agreement. Who could disagree that our nation was conceived in liberty? By using "our" throughout, Lincoln builds rapport with his listeners. And finally, Lincoln articulates a compelling reason. Research shows saying the word "because" increases your persuasive power. "Because" may not have been used by Lincoln here, but he certainly answers the "why" throughout. Lincoln's Gettysburg Address not only demonstrated a master wordsmith, but also how a master politician might persuade an audience. Psst, it's Prologue with Mr. Review. It's a podcast that is actively digging tons of earth to find an ounce of gold, striving for a more perfect union.